Hello, my name is Angela Gazzetta. I'm the Bariatrics and Minimally Invasive Fellow. Welcome to Fundamentals of Endoscopic Surgery. I wanted to go over the rationale for why we're doing this. Of course, endoscopy is required for general surgery, both upper and lower endoscopy, but it's also being used in colorectal surgery, bariatrics, thoracic surgery, CT surgery for vein harvest, as well as critical care. Also, it's being tested on the written and oral boards. Of note, they're asking very specific questions about how to do it and things you might encounter. And then finally, it's being required to pass FES for the class of 2018 in order to be eligible to sit for the boards. So what is Fundamentals of Endoscopic Surgery? Well, it's two portions, just like the FLS exam. It's got skills and cognitive. The cognitive is a written online test, and the skills component has 5 portions. It includes targeting, navigation, loop reduction, retroflex targeting, and mucosal evaluation. Of note, at UT Southwestern, we tested our chiefs last year. We had a 40% pass rate. Since we don't consider 40% of our seniors sitting for their boards as optimal, we've decided to enact this curriculum for future residents. So our endoscopy curriculum that we've developed has 2 portions. It has a didactic portion, which will be fulfilled doing the online free FES didactics. It's being offered by Sages. In addition, we've developed 3 models. First is called the TRUST model, and that's to test retroflex targeting. The operation game, that's to test targeting while applying torque. And then finally we have the Kyoto model to test loop reduction. So now I'm going to take you over to the models. I'm going to teach you how to use each and every one of them, the tips and tricks for how to do them, and the rules of each model. Hey guys, so the first thing I want to do is show you how to set up the scope, partly because you're going to be doing it on your own when you're practicing, and partly because you may be at a place even less helpful than Parkland, and you're going to need to know how to set up your own scopes when the nurses have no idea how, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning and you got a patient bleeding. So this is our tower right here. It's got a screen, it's got a keyboard, it's got light source right here and video right here. This is our colonoscope. We're going to set up the colonoscope because it's a little more tricky than the upper endoscopy, but it's the same principle. So what you're going to do is take your scope. It has this right here with the pins in it. Pins go right here. You can look inside and see how it aligns. There's a big pin that goes on top and a little pin that goes on bottom, and it just slides in and plugs in. This part right here, this is the part that Parkland always forgets about. So if you look at them, one side has pins, one side doesn't. The side with pins goes on the top. When you put it in, you're going to put it in, line it up, and then you have to screw it in. And then same thing with this, you're going to line it up and screw it in place. All right. The next part of the scope is you want to hook up the water supply. It goes on the side here, so you plug it in here and twist to push it in. Finally, you want to set up your suction. Things about the scope. So please be gentle with these. One thing to remember is that this flexible tip can be broken if you use undue force. Just a couple of things about holding the scope. I like to hold the scope between my thumb and my index finger right here. The other thing that I like to do, especially with the models, because you're going to be doing a lot of maneuvering and you want to hold things in place, when you look at these little buttons that have the F on them, if they're all the way forward, this is going to be easily maneuverable and it'll snap back to its neutral position. If you put these F buttons back, it'll lock it in place. So you can actually rotate it all the way down and it's going to stay there. That may help you on some of your models if you want to try playing around with that. So that's a fully set up lower endoscopy ready to go.